Hey guys, today's video is about a trend that I've seen with a lot of clients. I work specifically with people who have chronic pain or body issues. Mine were digestive issues, and basically that as being a function of chronic nervous system dysregulation, stress, and the effects on the body. And these survival states, there's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And what I see with many of the clients that I've worked with, and myself included, is this trend of being primarily in flight and fawn growing up. So I'll describe what those are. Flight is, imagine like you're running from a tiger. In modern society, we're not doing that much. Flight is more like trying to be perfect, trying to follow all the rules and be good, finding all the problems and fixing them, working hard, not allowing yourself to relax. So I've worked with actually a lot of physicians as clients, and many of them have been kind of driving themselves through childhood using flight, this flight survival state and energy, and eventually burning out. And most of them have had fawn their whole life too. So fawn is more of a shutdown of the nervous system. So fawn is like a people pleasing, wanting to be liked, over explaining, over apologizing. For me, I think I've been living in fawn most of my life since I was socialized as a child and taught rules and taught how I should behave. And I was a really good people pleaser. So kind of an underlying fawn with most people wanting to be accepted. And, you know, our survival does drive this. We have a need to be accepted in society, so we're not kicked out of the tribe. So these are adaptive survival responses, but they're just not good on the nervous system to constantly be in these fear-based states. So we're in fawn, most of us in flight, being this really work hard person, and then eventually burning out, which is going into freeze. And freeze is a shutdown of the nervous system also. That would be more of the GI issues that are like constipation and things like low blood pressure and heart rate. And you could have more aches and pains. In freeze, there's more lethargy, fatigue, brain fog. A lot of the flu-like and long COVID symptoms are symptoms of freeze. When you're in freeze, it feels like everything is bad. It's where shame lives. It's where you feel like something is actually wrong with you. You're going through the motions of life, but you feel detached, like a zombie, dissociated. That's freeze. If you're feeling overwhelmed, trapped, hopeless, helpless, that's freeze. So a lot of people, once they hit their 30s, maybe, you know, they've graduated from med school, they start their job, or they, for me, started having a family. I think that was part of it. I went into more of freeze and became really familiar with freeze, still going back to flight a lot because that is also a default to push myself and try to be perfectionistic. And then that got to where that didn't work all the time. And so then I would go into freeze more often because that was just a shortcut my brain and nervous system would take, is like, okay, well, I know I'm going to have to do all these really hard things to get the results I want and push myself, and that feels overwhelming. And so I'm just going to get really tired and not really even be able to think clearly and do any of these tasks. So things that resulted from that were like procrastination and, again, shame about how I was, you know, not getting things done. And so learning about nervous system regulation has been amazing for me. It's one of the things I think that has helped me feel the most compassionate about myself. So if you're someone who's heard about self-compassion and really has no idea how to do it, learning about the nervous system and just realizing like, this is common. This is how we've survived. This is what our brain and nervous system do to keep us alive. But we want to do more than just survive. We want to thrive in our lives. And we can when we start to become aware of what's going on in our bodies, what that means in our nervous system, and how to regulate it. When we're in the rest and repair state, it's like plugging in and charging your phone. You've just got to do it every once in a while, but most of us are trained to live in fear-based survival states. If you would like to learn more about the nervous system, I have a free series of videos that I will send you. Just click the link in my bio or in the notes below. I'll give you 4 basic videos all about the nervous system, how it affects your body, and how you can learn to regulate it so you can feel better.